Well, that was fun. Okay, my internet's back. I have no idea why it randomly cut out like that, but I'm back, and we are just gonna continue the stream. I think it might be split into 2 streams now. I'm not entirely sure. I'm hoping it's not. I think it might still be 1 stream. Nope, it's split off. That's unfortunate. Just checking the thing now. Okay, well, and we're back. So, I'm glad. I don't know why my internet cut out there. Sorry about that. That was infuriating. I think there's just been a lot of Comcast outages in the area lately. Like my Wi-Fi was fine. It was my internet itself that cut out, which is, you know, pretty bad. But yeah, it's something that's been going on a lot in my entire area lately, which is really bad. Like at work, we have Atlantic Broadband at work, but even so, we were having outages, and it's like can't really do my job without internet because, you know, how can I find the prices of games people are trading in? But that's okay, because I can usually guesstimate. But no, in terms of Smash Ultimate, stuff I'm most excited for, I believe that's the topic we left off on in conversation. For my money, the Castlevania stuff and the gameplay balances just look flawless. Like, they brought back the melee air dash, but without wave dashing, which is good, because wave dashing annoys me, but I love the directional air dodge, and no, honestly, everything that game's doing from a mechanical standpoint is awesome. I love the entire idea of the mini-map whenever you are off stage. That's super good. Literally everything else about the game. No, Chaos Emerald, no. Okay. We'll have to go back for that one. Oops. That's the one thing that's really annoying is that we'll go back. At the end of the zone, I'll go back and pick up that emerald. No, Kyle, it's Bubsy 2D. The ultimate video game. It should be a Bubsy game, but I'm just doing Sonic because I'm casual. But no, yeah, I really want... Wait, they buffed Pac-Man's grab, so it's not worthless? Oof. I loved Pac-Man in Smash 4 so much because I love Pac-Man. Also, this level. So what I was going to say a little earlier before my internet cut out was that this level actually is not in the iPhone version at all. It is not present. Instead, there was a score attack minigame level, which was lame. So what happened there was the game leaked. It was one of the first big Sonic leaks of its type, which it became a little bit of a trend after a while. But this whole game, a recording of it, like through a crappy old Dazzle capture card, was leaked whatever Microsoft had like a playtesting service, and the entire game was leaked, the whole playthrough of it. It's how people found out about the bad physics and stuff. And the 2 levels that got the most complaints were the minecart level, which was exactly as it sounds. It was in a minecart, and Act 2 of this zone, which was similarly cut and replaced with these levels. This is my favorite level in the game from a visual mechanical standpoint. It's so good. It's just a really fun level. It's very well designed, and it's got a very interesting gimmick. Thank God for the homing attack, because that just saved me. But no, this entire level is incredibly fun. It's a gambling sort of thing, and you get a lot of lives here. If you're ever farming lives in Sonic 4, play this level, and literally every time you should walk around with about 20 to 30. It's pretty ludicrous. Although that was pretty much straight Eggman, which is pretty happy about that. That's funny. We still got a ton of lives now, so we're never going to get a game over. Sonic 4 is already a pretty easy game, but game overs became all but impossible with that, so that's pretty great. The final boss is surprisingly difficult, though. But this part can be a little bit annoying if you don't know the pattern for the cards, which I'm not remembering well. I used to play through Sonic 4 all the time. There's actually an old prototype LyingTuna thing. Well, not prototype, because it was LyingTuna. It had a lower res, less detailed version of my current logo and my outro and stuff. But one of my earlier forays into solo YouTube content was actually a Let's Play of Sonic 4 Episode 1 on the Wii, which I think is unlisted, but I could always unlist it. I'm going to release all of my weird old YouTube videos that I don't like because they suck at some point in the future. That's basically a disappearing Mega Man puzzle, like the disappearing blocks from Mega Man. It's the exact same thing gameplay-wise. Oh god, we're going fast. Okay. I always love bouncing back and forth in Sonic games. It makes me laugh. No, I did not want to go that way, and we're dead. I did not mean to homing attack. Ugh. We are going to be doing Sonic 4 Episode 2 at some point on the channel. If you don't spam homing attack there, you'll just die. I guess we'll have to go back and do this stage again, too, because I want to get the Chaos Emeralds. We're going to have to play through a couple of these levels again. That's okay. In terms of what happened to Classic Sonic and Dreamcast Sonic, I don't know. Instead, we just have two modern Sonics in the chat. That's okay. You know what they say, the more the merrier. That's a good topical joke reference, right? Oh, I meant to hit next stage. I didn't realize I didn't. 50 subs again, thanks. I hit 50 subs last stream, too. I'm, like, at this new trend of, like, bouncing between 49 and 50 subs, like, at that game of pinball, and I'm starting to find it pretty amusing. Like, I never cared. Like, I do this more because I just enjoy talking and interacting with other people, especially Sonic fans, because, you know, I'm quite the Sonic fan myself, and I haven't really been an active part of the Sonic community in a while, so sort of inadvertently made this into a little bit of a Sonic channel, and I am pretty happy with the results. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, we're replaying a couple levels because I want to get the Chaos Emerald. It's okay. These aren't long levels. None of the levels in this game are long. Honestly, this is going to be a short stream. Relatively short, at least. Well, obviously it is now because it got cut off by an internet outage. But even so, like, Sonic 4 as a whole is pretty short and easy. Which is a-okay by me. Like, again, I think Sonic 4 for what it is fun. I really dig it. Episode 2 is going to be interesting, because I haven't decided how I'm going to go about doing that yet. Well, I mean, it's one of those... Most of these games we're going to be covering more than once on the channel over time. Like, it's not going to be a one-and-done scenario as far as these go on live streams, because there's only so many Sonic games I can do. So things like, you know... When I say, oh, we're streaming Sonic 2, because that'll happen... You know, we'll stream it as Sonic, we'll stream it as Tails, we'll stream it as Knuckles, we'll stream it getting the Chaos Emeralds, we'll stream it as Sonic and Tails, etc., etc. It'll be many times that we play through it. Just because, again, I really enjoy Sonic games, and we're going to be playing them a lot. Alright, Sonic, have fun with Amy. Thought you ran in terror of her every time you encountered her because she was scary and weird, but that's okay, you know? Oh god, this special stage. I forgot about it. So basically we bounce around and we have to get rings to open these time gates. I say time gates because they're gates that hide time power-ups, or rings in this case, but basically you can do it without opening any... I mean, they'll all open automatically, but you can do it without getting those time power-ups, but I like to get them because I don't trust myself in these special stages. These get pretty brutal. There are going to be times where I do a lot of pause buffering like that, just to maneuver things, because it's a lot easier if you pause, because then you can take a second to breathe and figure out what you're doing. And you also hug walls a lot, because you go a lot slower when you're hugging against a wall, because these special stages are very, very quick and very, very confusing. We do want to grab rings. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be super good at commentating during special stages. I remember when I tried to Let's Play this game, and I was like, I'm going to talk over every special stage very, very much. And now I'm like, you guys are lucky if I'm making anything other than incoherent sounds, because forming words is hard whenever you're bouncing around like a pinball. I don't know how many of you guys remember the good old days when Brain Scratch Comms was like at the forefront of the Sonic community. They still are in my heart. But they did a Sonic 4 LP very near to the game's launch, and it was hilarious because in the special stages, especially like this one, which is packed full of bumpers, could you stop bouncing me? Thanks. They replaced every bumper sound with the Pingus sound clip from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was like, yeah! It was good, funny stuff. You guys could have done the SA2 song sing-along during the SA2 streams, but you're like, let's do it during Sonic 4 Episode 1. That's good, though. I'm down with that. I love me some, I would participate in your, SA2 sing-along, except I'm massively desynced from you guys because obviously I'm streaming like a good 5, 6 seconds ahead of you. Like, where I am right now is way ahead of what you guys are seeing, so... Because, you know, live streaming and whatnot. I really like this level, by the way. It sucks on mobile, but it's a very fun one. It's just you have to be able to precisely aim the cannons, because they are manually controlled in this game, unlike in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where they are just sort of, you know, not manually controlled. And, oh, hi, what's up, guys? I felt like quite the Sonic noob, or not noob, I felt like quite the Sonic elitist at work today, because everyone was talking about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog in the work group chat, because I work at a game store, and they were like, they should bring Scratch and Grounder into the games. I was like, actually, Grounder's from Sonic 2, and Scratch was in Sonic Spinball. And the one other Sonic, like, fanboy who works at one of the other stores was like, hey, this guy knows what's up. And everyone else was, like, I think, mildly cringing. But that's okay, because I know stuff about Sonic, and that makes me cool. I think we can get a shield up here. And given what we're doing, I do want a shield. Nope, these are rings. I don't really care about rings. We have 50. I just want a shield. I used to know these levels like the back of my hand. Now I like, well, do I need the extra life? Nah, I'm not going to go for that extra life. We don't need it. We have 37 lives. I think we're good. I know there's a shield over here. Oh, I missed that one upper spring. This part's kind of cool. Like, this whole level's really cool, but that part's cool because you got to, like, know where to bounce and what you're doing. And it's an interesting little stage gimmick. I really dig the cannon thing in this game. Like, it's interesting. It's amusing. I guess not interesting because it's not really unique or anything. Lots of games have cannons. It's just like, you know, knowing exactly how to use the cannons to get where you need to go. I think it's entertaining. Oh, and the homing attack was another big controversial element of this game when it launched. So I'm just gonna keep addressing things from when this game launched 8 years ago, because, like, even though it's all long forgotten because most people just forget this game ever happened. That was Sonic 2, what I was trying to do would have worked. Okay, so here's a good example of the game's physics being wrong. We should be accelerating, but instead Sonic doesn't accelerate. But if you run up the wall, oh, suddenly he's going like Mach speed. Not like Sonic 06 Mach speed where you can't control him and it's not good, but like in the sense that he's going kind of fast. I don't know. I don't know how to aim that. I know where we need to go. The rings will always guide you. So, like, over here, and then in this cannon, and then into this ring cluster. Like, the game tells you exactly where you need to go. Ugh, I missed the thing, which means the rings are all gone, so now I gotta guesstimate it. Cool. Oh, wait, I could probably make it just by running. I'm not gonna do that. You build a lot of momentum running in this game. Way more than, realistically, than you should. It gets kind of weird and ridiculous, but that's okay. What's up there? That's another path to progress. Let's take that one, because it seemed easier. This level can be pretty annoying to a lot of people, even though I'm doing terribly at it and, like, making myself seem like an ultimate example of why this level's not good. I don't know, because I'm having a lot of fun. Like, I just like shooting Sonic off in a cannon. It makes sense for the character. It's good stuff. Don't know why the casino has cannons, but, you know, that's okay. Maybe I just don't know much about casinos. I love nailing that way. You're supposed to homing attack off them, but if you homing attack too late, instead you will, precise platforming like this is not good for Sonic games. Anyway, what are we at now? Special stage 6? Yes, the lyrics are not "Touch Me" and "Escape from the City." I mean, they could be, depending on who you are and what you're doing, but in general, those are not the lyrics. Yeah. But no, the special stages of this game are really good. The normal levels of this game are also really good. This special stage is annoying. I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say, but I always lose track of myself. This special stage is, yeah, this is definitely 6. So, special stage 7's pretty annoying. This one is just rough on the time. Fortunately, we can actually restart special stages, so unless I hit a goal thing, which is perfectly possible, those suck. In fact, we're gonna restart that because I took too long to get that time bonus, which is what you need to do this. But, we need to collect a shitload of rings, which is what I'm doing now. Let's try and fall into that time bonus. Why do I keep missing it? Why am I being so incompetent at Sonic the Hedgehog 4? This is such an easy game. Anyway, the ability to restart in special stages is something of like a staple of the Sonic 4 sub-series now, because Episode 2 let you do the same thing, and it was all but required in Episode 2. Special Stage 7 is the hardest one by far, I think. No, actually, I remember this one being harder than 7. I hated Special Stage 6. And I do want to get all the emeralds before Lost Labyrinth Zone Act 2, which it's a level coming up relatively soon. Dang it. It's like 2 stages away, not counting the boss fight, and I want to get... Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I'll figure it out. It's okay. That's only Special Stage 5? Really? Thought that was Special Stage 6. Okay, whatever. Not sure where I missed one. But, in any case, yeah, but that is the hardest special stage, I think. 7's not as hard as that. I might go for the... I don't really care about getting the emeralds, except there's one stage that's a lot more fun if you have them. Let's stand on a wall, because that's funny. Just, whoop. No, Eggman, stop trying. I'm not going to stop for you. And, I'm trying to stand on a wall. There we go. Yay. I like this boss fight, by the way, because it's really easy, but it's very much just a Sonic 2 fight. The boss fights in this game are not original. You're supposed to use the pinball bumpers on the second phase and stuff. Like that. But it's a lot easier to just do this. And he has a special attack that he's going to use, except he isn't going to use it because he's dead. But he would sort of like screw attack around the stage and bounce, and it's very funny stuff. Why is this being so difficult? There we go. Lost Labyrinth in general is a great stage, actually. It's one of my favorite water levels in the series. I don't much like Labyrinth Zone. Who does? But I really, really enjoy myself some Lost Labyrinth. At least parts of it. And we'll get to that. Before we get to Act 2 of Lost Labyrinth, I am going to want to see which special stages we missed, go back and get them. Get the Chaos Emerald from them, because it gets pretty irritating to do Lost Labyrinth Act 2 without them. And we'll talk about that. But I really like Lost Labyrinth aesthetically and musically and level design-wise. I think it's really fun. Again, I'm going to be pretty honest about really liking Sonic 4 Episode 1. I think it's not a great game. That's okay. We get a shield. But, like, it's not a great game or anything. It's definitely not an original game, obviously. But, man, it's not terrible, you know? Look how fast we go in a totally automated section. There's a platforming section up ahead that comes from a similar launch like that, and it's pretty much impossible unless you know it's there, and even then, good luck. And Orbinaut is very slowly sending 2D sprites at us in this 2.5D game. Get on our level, Orbinaut. We're better than these 2D models. I don't know why I bothered rolling there. Probably because it's classic Sonic instinct for me. This platforming section, yeah. If you don't know that's there, you will not do it. And, I messed it up anyway, a little bit. It didn't really matter. It was like a half a second detour. I like these ball rolling sections too. I know a lot of people don't because they're like, it's too much automation, but I don't care. The background here is cool looking too, isn't it? I really like this level. Like out of the various Labyrinth Zone incarnations, which I would consider to be Labyrinth Zone, Tidal Tempest, and this my fave. I think this is a good version of the stage, which is uncommon because none of the other ones are good. Tidal Tempest is not as bad as most water levels in Sonic also because it's relatively fast-paced as well. I don't know why I bothered getting another shield. I kind of wish it wasn't the Sonic Adventure shield. Like if they gave you the weird glowy bubble one from Sonic 1 and 2, I'd be more pleased with that. Obviously, the elemental shields would be the ideal thing. But if you go too fast here, you'll just get hit by that boulder, which is lame. Hey, look, we're in a spring. That happens if you try and homing attack a spring as you touch it. Green Orbinaut, we're just going to ignore him. Yeah, some of the platforming here is actually surprisingly tight, which works because of the stiff controls. These sort of level designs would not work in, like, Sonic 2 or whatever. Or, well, any of the classic Sonic games. I use Sonic 2 as an example because I like Sonic 2 a lot. But, like, a lot of ROM hacks and stuff try and implement level design that's sort of like this with, like, a lot of just platforming. And I'm all for platforming in Sonic, but, like, it's got to work with the controls in question. I think this stuff does because the controls are more, like, rudimentary and stiff. And, like, here's the thing with Sonic 4, right? I prepare a spin dash, I jump, that's it. I just drop whenever I let go of a direction, which is bad. Oh, thank God. Which, and obviously that's not ideal level design and control. Well, the level design is not the problem, but it's not ideal control. But what is ideal control for Sonic is totally subjective. So I don't like it. A lot of other people don't like it. Some people probably do. And it works for this game's level design. Episode 2 does not have control like that. And I think level 2 also has a pretty good level design. Sometimes. Other times it's very, very boring and lame and weird. We're going to get to episode 2 eventually. I'm not sure when exactly. In between the streams, I also turned off notifications, which was nice. But anyway, so my Xbox won't be bombarding me with stuff again. I think there should be one more time thing we can pick up. Nah, never mind. That's all of them. That was all 4 corners. The background being trippy around Sonic only works because Sonic's always at the center of the screen. So artistically, I dig it. These are like some of my favorite looking special stages. Sonic 4 Episode 2 has the same basic look about them. Again, pause buffering so I can figure out what I'm doing. But, just going as slow as I can because I do not like these not one bit. Damn it. But Sonic 4 Episode 2 has the same backgrounds. I think they're just reused, actually. But they work because the Sonic 4 Episode 2 special stages are the Sonic 2 style half pipes, except in 3D. So it's more like the Saturn version of 3D Blast I see people compare it to, except I don't think it's anything like that, but people say it is, so I don't know. It could very well be. But it's interesting. No, but I really love, I'm just reading the chat. There's always funny stuff in there. But we have to go back and figure out which Chaos Emeralds we need. So, I don't want to do this stage until I have a Chaos Emerald. So we need these 2. Yeah, that's it. We need these 2. So, let's go get these 2 Chaos Emeralds. And then we'll be proceeding. Because I just want to have Supersonic for the next stage that we haven't gotten to yet. Because it's a very fun level without Supersonic. But, like, it's confusing as shit, and I'm not doing that on stream, because it won't be great for the audience to watch me flounder and be confused in Sonic, of all things. If it was a puzzle game or a Zelda game or something where I'm not figuring out a puzzle, it would be like, alright, Ian's terrible at video games, stupid LyingTuna, and that would be the end of it, but it's a little weirder whenever you're doing it on, in a Sonic game, of all things, a platformer. It's like, it is not supposed to be confusing and weird. It just is. But it's a great level, and we'll talk about it when we get to it. It's another level that's exclusive to consoles and is not available on the mobile version, at least not since the last time I played it. And I doubt they would have changed that. I wonder how the Windows version of this is. I could have gotten that, too, for streaming, but I don't need to pay money for another copy of this game. I have 3 already. Although I don't actually use any Apple devices anymore, so my iTunes copy is just sort of languishing. I have family that uses that iTunes account for their iPhone, so I guess it's not like a waste or anything, except they don't play Sonic, so they probably don't care, but still, that's okay. I'm not buying it again on Android. I don't care enough. If I want to play Sonic on the go, I'll just bring my Switch and play Mania, and I'll have a much better time. Some of the level design of this game is weird, too. It's, like, really robust and odd. Sorry, again, that we're redoing stuff. I just want to get the emeralds as quickly as we can, and this is the most optimal route to do so. Well, the most optimal route meaning going back to stages is easier than going forward in the game and having to deal with harder levels to try and get them. Even if it's not quite as engaging for the audience. Yeah. I really like these card platform things. Obviously, you can just tell by looking at them, the player does not have any control of what's going on with those. But I still dig them anyway, because they're just kind of cool. I'm going to kill these bubbles so they don't bother me on return trips. Yeah, so like stuff like that would not work in any other 2D Sonic game, honestly, because all of them have, like, well, I guess it would work in like Sonic Rush, because Sonic Rush controls the same as this, but like the normal 2D Sonic games, the traditional ones that have like the same moveset as this, of like running and jumping and spin dashing, it wouldn't work to have really precise platforming like that. I mean, the 8-bit games did it, but they had stiffer controls too. Not quite like this, but still stiffer. And the reason that it works so well here is that because Sonic stops on a dime when he's jumping and stuff, you can very, very carefully plot your jumps and courses, which you cannot do in other Sonic games, because you're not meant to. So it makes sense that you can't. It's just, in my opinion, it's a good thing and it works. I know others probably disagree with me. A lot of people hate this game's controls so much, but I think they're pretty good for what they are and what the game's trying to be. I guess we do have to go this way. Never mind. But yeah, we have to try and get all them emeralds because I do want to have this be a complete emerald run, and I don't want to deal with Lost Labyrinth Act 2's nonsense, because I really don't like that level much in a recording or streaming environment. Again, playing it casually, I actually kind of like it a lot, but yeah, I'm just not in this environment. Hey, shiny. Let's see. Again, these special stages are like kind of tense, not that tense. Like, I can deal with them, but like, since you have such precise control of everything that's going on, you tend to like constantly be tensing up to like try and make sure that you're not going to overshoot something, and that makes it worse and harder, I think. Thanks, bumpers. That was actually kind of convenient. So what we want to do is open the door at the end of the special stage with rings. That's always the general goal of these, is getting enough rings and then navigating to the emerald. It's a mix of the two. The thing with these particular special stages is, like these later ones, is the time limit, which is not normally a thing in Sonic special stages, but it is here, and by God, it's stressful. Where am I going? Fortunately, there is a reset button. So, like, in an instance like this, where I'm out of time, we can reset it, which is not the best. Oh, I hope your stomach feels better, though, bro. No worries, man. Like, about having to run off. It's not a big deal. But yeah, no, that's, like, my only, like, if these didn't have, I know the time limit's, like, the challenge of most of these, but, like, man, it gets stressful. I mean, I guess better that than spamming, the goal blocks everywhere. Thing is, this game does both. It's got a really tight time limit, and it does that. So there's, like, no mercy at all. Which some people probably like, but, not so much for me. I do think Episode 2 has better special stages than Episode 1, but I'd probably take these over the Sonic 1 special stages, because at least I, like, can precisely control what's going on. Like, you can control Sonic in the other ones, whereas here you don't. There's a jump button, but, like, it sucks, and there's no need to use it, like, ever. So, like, I'm not sure why it's even a thing, honestly. Well, we got an extra life that we'll never use. I mean, we may use extra lives. I'm not good at the game, but we're never going to be, like, low enough on them where I really care. Just drop through here. Again, we want to get, like, maximum rings that we can. Maximize our ring intake, because I don't know the ring quotas for the special stages, but they do tend to get really high this late in the game. So there are a ton of doors at the end, and we're pretty much trying to open all of them that we can. As you can probably tell, we have been opening quite a few of them. It does get kind of confusing what's what. Come on, game, stop. I know we're getting, like, right to the end before I'm failing these. It's just, like, yeah, I'm gonna keep retrying until I get them, since, you know, it was decided in chat that this would be an all-emerald run. So it's gonna be, damn it. But, yeah, they get pretty irksome. Again, I don't hate these special stages. I like them. I like the music a lot, and I like the visuals behind them. I think they do a good job of being trippy without ever being, like, motion sickness inducing. Which I never have an issue with motion sickness, but I know other people do. No one I know, surprisingly enough, really, but it is a thing that happens for people. So, you know, it's good that the game doesn't cause that as much as, say, Sonic 1 probably did for some people, from what I understand. But, yeah, it could be better. And once you hit those, like, wall, like, those transparent ball things, like those up there at the top of the screen, they were just on screen for, like, a second there, those will close off, they will solidify, and then you cannot go back the way that you came from. So you want to be careful with those, because they obviously, they are a marker of progression. If you're hitting those, it means you're going forward in the stage, but it could also mean that you block off some rings that you missed. And it's not usually going to be enough that it causes any major inconveniences, but it could be enough to like throw you off. I know a lot of people hate this special stage too because of the tight time limit, but this is like one of the only ones where the time limit's like the main gimmick. This one, basically 5, here they're just, the transparent things are just an obstacle to avoid like that, because otherwise you have to break through the crystal barrier things in order to get through. Again, you'll see me bouncing off the walls a lot of time to decrease my speed. You'd think I want to go fast. Not particularly, not whenever I'm like trying to get to the end of the thing as fast as possible. Nope, I would like the time thing, thank you. There should be a bunch of these coming up through here, actually. Yeah, there's another one here. Should be a 10-second one up ahead. Yeah, there it is. I know where we are on the stage now. We're like right at the end. Yeah, there's the emerald. So that one's stressful, but that's okay. I did it. I am not a ginger, Mason. If you want to see my face, you could just watch my videos. It's in all of my videos. Like, it's not in most of my streams because I don't have a webcam at the moment. And depending on what games I'm doing, like for this game, I couldn't use my webcam because of the way it would be situated. But no, I don't want to do this level yet. Exit. You can see why I don't want to do it. It's the stage gimmick. But if you just watch my videos, Mason, you'd see my face because I use my face cam in videos. Because I have like a $500-600 camera I use just for recording my face. I spent money on that. But anyway, because I don't know why I like have this thing where I can't use like cheap equipment. It just bothers me. Like, I'm not a professional YouTuber, obviously. I wish I was making money doing this for how much I put into it. But I like using nice equipment because I really like putting out content that I can say that I'm proud of and that I would want to watch. And for me, things like good audio and video quality absolutely impact whether or not I will watch a content creator. So I'm not saying I won't watch one who uses lower price stuff. Like, it won't bother me per se, but like if I'm going to make like a first impression, it's always going to be like, hey, they're using a cheap capture card. It's not even HD or whatever. Or like, oh, they're recording the gameplay off of their phone. Although if they're doing like camera gameplay with 3DS stuff, it doesn't bother me because like I spent $300 on that capture card. I do not blame people who don't want to do that. And that was for like the cheapest possible one. If people want to get like a good feature set out of their console, they can't do what I did. So, you know, I totally get that. But anyway, I'm rambling for no reason. And again, rambling for no reason is kind of my shtick, I think. But, yeah, no, I'm not ginger. I have brown hair. And, if you want to see more of my beautiful, beautiful face, Mason, you should check out my videos sometime. I put a lot of work into them. I don't put out many, though. Like, and none of them are Sonic-themed yet. They will be. I can already tell that my Elgato is lagging out because my audio comes from my computer, like that I can hear. And it kind of desynced from the game for a second there, but it's probably fine. But yeah, you should check out my videos. I'm proud of what I put out. I put a really unreasonable amount of time into those. You kind of have to for the kind of videos I make, since I go for more of the like high production value game review sort of videos, because they're very fun to make. They just take like an eternity. Oh yeah, the 3DS cameras are like terrible. You're never gonna be able to tell anything from those. But I still would recommend checking out my content because I really like my videos. The Sonic Forces one should be out next week. I'm gonna be out of class. Well, I don't have class tomorrow because the weather where I'm at is gonna be real bad. There's gonna be a ridiculously bad like winter storm, which I'm fine with because it means I don't have class tomorrow. College canceling is pretty uncommon this time of year, so that's kind of a blessing. And then I can then just edit all day, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to tweak the script a little bit because I came up with some jokes I want to put in it, and then I'm going to edit. Let me tell you, guys, editing takes an eternity. The sound is definitely out of sync. My capture card's lagging really bad on the computer end of things. It's been doing that. There's nothing I can really do to fix it. It doesn't do it when I'm recording. It only does it when I'm streaming. That's the entire reason. Remember how I used to be having those issues where like the game would have sudden lag and like I couldn't play it anymore without like dying constantly? That was caused by that. So that's why I now have a TV set up above my monitors. I just have a second TV in my room that I have a switch from my main TV, and I can then ensure that all of my gameplay is tolerable to watch. It just has the sound. The sound's gonna stay being off. I cannot fix that without just replacing my CPU, and I don't really have like $400 to drop on an i7 right now, so I'm sticking with my i5 and just rolling with it because it's not worth it for streams I don't make money on. Or like if I was making like any profit, or if I had like, you know, hundreds of people watching per stream, I would spend a little more on it. But like as it is, I already spent like hundreds of dollars on this setup. Well, if you count the PC, like probably a couple thousand, but like because my PC's still really good. Okay. I don't know if it's Winter Storm Avery or not. I have no idea. Check the weather app and see if the storm has a name. The warning went away on the app. It's still... Oh, the freezer rain already started? Jeez. I was going to go to the store after work and grab a drink, but I guess I'm not going to do that. So this special stage can suck it. It's very hard. And, I only say it can suck it because last time I played the entire way through Sonic 4, including special stages, was... God, I don't even know how long ago it was, but I did a really shitty Let's Play of it with my gross, basic Windows Movie Maker editing at the time, and, well, by then I think I had, like, Vegas Movie Studio 13, which is not great software. Or, no, actually, let me rephrase that. It's amazing software. I didn't know how to use it. I use Sony Vegas Pro now, because for some reason it goes on sale all the time, so if anyone ever has any interest in Let's Playing or reviewing or anything that involves editing a video, check out Humble Bundle sometimes, because the software I use, I hate this room, so we're going to take it really slow in here, is very often on there, or it's at least 3 times that I know of, where it was $20 for this like $400 editing software, and it's what I personally use and recommend. It's not the best out there, but it's very user-friendly, at least in my personal opinion. I know other people disagree with that. What about Sonic 1, for example? I have no idea what you're talking about, Mason. Did I already go in this room? No, I did not. Okay. So basically, the idea here is that every room, I'm sort of throwing rooms in quotes, but it's basically what they are. Every little subsection of the special stage is based on one of the earlier special stages. So this is the last room of special stage number 1. For example, which is really cool. I like the special stage in concept and in execution. It's just that when I did that Let's Play all those years ago, the one that again, it's on my channel. I don't delete videos from my channel unless I have, like, a reason to, like if I'm replacing the upload or something. Okay, I was going to pause buffer my way through that, but I didn't really need to. How many rings do we need now? 11? Is that what it says? Yeah, we should be fine. No, we were not in this room yet. Cool. So, oh god, I hope I can do this. We only need a couple more rings. That's it. Okay, we're in this. Let's go. Let's go. Can we do this? I have no idea what chat's saying. Come on, let's do this. Oh my god, we got it. Cool. What would I recommend using to stream an emulator on PC? Well, the same thing I'm using to stream my Elgato right now, the same thing I always used to stream, OBS Studio. It's free software, fantastic software, considering it is free. Yeah, I'd recommend looking into OBS. You probably, depending on how powerful your PC is, that's always going to impact your ability to stream. We now have Supersonic, so that's great, especially for this level. I stream at really, really high settings, because my PC can handle it, my internet can handle it. Maybe my PC really can't handle it, so my PC cannot handle the settings I stream at and running a capture card, which is why my game desyncs sometimes. It's why I have to use a separate TV. So this stage is really cool. It's all by torchlight, but it's got some puzzles and stuff later that are just impossible for me. So we're gonna use Supersonic in this level because he lights up the darkness, which is a super cool touch. Very Yeah, the audio was desynced really bad in Sonic. Well, that was actually an emulation issue from a Mega Collection on my 360, where the audio is desyncing on Sonic 1. Typically for Genesis stuff, I use a console called the Retron 5, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's an easy solution to play my Genesis games, and I forgot to jump. But it's a very good solution for playing Genesis games and NES games and stuff. But it's not optimal because it has audio delay on Genesis games and Super Nintendo games, which are two of my favorite consoles. So, to circumvent that, I bought a very expensive upscaler. Well, not very expensive. It was $100, which is expensive for me. And a set of HD Retrovision Genesis component cables, as well as some like generic video cables for SNES. And it's preferable to use that because the audio won't desync. It still will, like just from my stream setup being slightly too weak. Like again, I have a really good PC, but the CPU is gonna bottleneck certain things, and streaming is the main one. For a while, it was actually a lot worse, and like my stream frame rate was getting really choppy. But that was actually not the fault of my hardware. That was I think my antivirus software got corrupted, and I had it set to not run when I was streaming. Basically, when OBS was open, I had it set not to run, but it was running. This is the reason we're using Supersonic, is because I don't know this puzzle, and I don't want to deal with darkness during it. We have to light the right torches at the right times. So we're going to go with that one, this one, and this one. Yeah, I got it. They used to take me like 10 minutes. I was so bad at it. But, Lost Labyrinth is great, though. It's such a fun level. It is like, let's make Labyrinth Zone, and then not horrible. Also, in terms of Supersonic, we're not going to be using him much throughout the game. We will use him again, probably, if you guys want me to, if you like seeing him, because this is, spoiler alert, this is the best Supersonic. For one thing, every time you hit the jump button when you're charging a spin dash, it does like the boost effect from Sonic Unleashed, which is super good. But more importantly, Supersonic works very well with this game's stiff controls. Like, being able to go ridiculously fast and stop on a dime feels good. It works. It's the same reason when you're playing Episode 2 and you unlock Supersonic, when you switch to Supersonic, the controls, which they had fixed the weird physics in Episode 2, they revert to Episode 1's physics, and it makes sense. I like it. I know other people really hated that about it, but I thought it was great, because this is my favorite version of Supersonic in the entire series, quite frankly. But no, I'm a big fan of Supersonic in this game. I think they did an awesome job implementing him, especially since this was the first time Supersonic was playable. If you don't hold right there, you'll die, because the physics will just make you stop. But this was the first time Supersonic was playable in casual stages since 3 and Knuckles, I guess. Unless you count like Sonic R, which I don't. But it was a big deal. And then Sonic Colors did it, and that was a 3D game, and I was like, ooh, because I did not get Colors at launch. I was all about that Sonic 4 hype, so I skipped out on Colors at launch. I was like, I'll get it when it's used and it's cheap. I waited about 2 months. It was $20 used. I bought it, and regretted not getting it at launch, but that's okay. And then Generations came out a year later. 2010 and 11 were awesome years for Sonic fans, because, like, the influx of Sonic games that were decent was really big. Because, again, this game, to me, like, you gotta remember, Unleashed was a treat because it was not terrible, but it's not an amazing game in every way. Like, the stuff it gets right, it gets so right. Though the other day when I was recording stock footage, I'm really bad at staying on topic, aren't I? The other day when I was recording stock footage for a for the Sonic Forces video I'm working on, I of course needed some Unleashed footage. So I played some Rooftop Run, great level, but the game randomly didn't load the graphics for like the last third, where it's like an auto runner, and then it just hard locked by 360 and made it almost overheat. And I was like, all right then, that's a thing that happens, I guess. Wasn't too pleased about it. It was pretty inconvenient, but I also thought it was awesome. So because the Hedgehog engine will do that if you get beyond a certain point in the level faster than it anticipates you to do so, it just won't load the graphics for that area. because that's how the Hedgehog engine handles its visuals. It loads and unloads stuff depending on the speed you're going. Does the explosion damage regular Sonic? Which explosion? Like the ones from the stupid big exploding blocks in the previous levels? The explosions don't, the shrapnel does. So basically yes, but the way the hitbox works is weird. Is what I'm trying to say. This area is all very, very, very reminiscent of well, Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1, which makes sense. But a little bit of Hydrocity Zone up in here. Oh yeah, big fan of that. This is the most Labyrinth Zone of all of Lost Labyrinth, in the sense that it's a water level. I think there was water in Lost Labyrinth Act 1. I don't even remember, but it wasn't a water level by any means. This is a water level, and it's the worst level of Episode 1, but that's okay, because there's not that much water. Again, we're going to be not using Supersonic because he gets rid of the music. Although if you have the mobile version, this is the Supersonic theme. It's this short little loop, and it's garbage. The actual Supersonic theme in this game is one of my favorites. It's not my absolute favorite. That would go to Mania. But I like this game's Supersonic theme. It's good. It's just, it's too short. I don't know what the temperature is here. I have to check my phone. I will let you guys know whenever I beat the stage. Because till then, I'm not going to stop to look at my phone. That seems like a great way to not do well in the stream. Trying to remember how long the stage is. I know this level is like the one that people don't like because it's Labyrinth Zone, but like I'm fine with it. And again, I'm not worried about getting Supersonic, so I'm not really concerned about keeping more than a ring on me at a time. Some of the springs in this game are really inconsistent. They do operate by Sonic Adventure rules in the sense that like they will spring you wherever you are. So this area here is there's spikes there, so you gotta like precisely tilt the thing to push the block out and then turn it so Sonic doesn't hit the spikes, and then flow to the other side, then finish it. It's a cool little puzzle. I dig it. But anyway, yeah, no, I have no idea what the temperature is here. I could check though. I know it's just about freezing, like just enough that the rain will freeze into a very bad sheet of ice, like a 1/4 inch thick, which is gross, obviously. Again, not complaining because I work tomorrow, but I also kind of want to stream again tomorrow. Not a Sonic stream, because I did 2 of those this week, but it is 27 degrees where I'm at. Big is the best, and you just need to understand him. I must say Froggy. It's a great voice, Mason, and you just need to appreciate it more. I have no idea if that clipped the audio or what. I don't know. But he's such a good voice. I love him. But he's voiced by Duke Nukem, for God's sake. Big old fan. I know sometimes I can do a really good Big impression, and sometimes I can't. But anyway, same with Yoda. But anyway, like I love me some Big. He's hilarious. He's a great character design. I don't know why they thought fishing in Sonic Adventure was a good idea, but like, as a kid, I hated it. I was like, man, this is the worst. It's so slow. And then as a teenager, I was like, man, this is like, I'm angsty about this because this is dumb and goes against the very foundation of Sonic, because otherwise Sonic Adventure is a flawless game. Then in my late teens, I was like, Sonic Adventure is a garbage game, and I only like it because of nostalgia, so Big is the worst. But now I'm a mellow adult man. I mean, 21 is kind of an adult, I guess. And like it is in the sense that I drink alcohol and play Pac-Man at the bar and don't talk to people because I'm too busy drinking alcohol and playing Pac-Man. But like that's adult enough for me to have an opinion now. And I like Big. I think he's funny, and I think his gameplay is so bad it's good. This boss fight's great, by the way. I didn't comment on it. The first part is obviously a recreation of the Labyrinth Zone boss. Wow, I almost died there. Basically, what we have to do is time the platforming here so you can hit him. If you're playing the mobile version, good luck. This sucks on mobile. It is absolute trash, but I kind of dig it here, if I'm being perfectly honest. You can hit him twice, but he has a ridiculous amount of invincibility frames in this fight, so like I had to do what I did there, where I like waited till the last second and like nudged him, because otherwise you're not hitting him twice. But he's dead. The more times you hit him in the first phase, he dies. See, I don't think Sonic Adventure's controls and platforming ever get repetitive, but I do appreciate the way they varied it. I think it would have gotten repetitive was it just Sonic, were it just Sonic, rather. But it didn't. I think the variation in Adventure 1 is what I respect about it so much. However, unfortunately, that gets kind of undone by, this level's great, by the way. I really like Mad Gear Zone. It's one of my favorite final stages, purely for the visuals. But anyway, it is undone by, like, the lack of quality in some of the other gameplay. Like, I do think that, Big's gameplay is not good. And it contrasts too sharply. Hi, Slicers. Bye, Slicers. Got a hair in my mouth. Gross. It contrasts too greatly from the other gameplays styles of SA1. Homing attack's really cool. Sometimes it just sends you flying, and I dig it. But, that contrast is good in the sense that it does definitely lend itself to a lot of variety in the game. On the other hand, it's too different. It doesn't feel like you're playing the same game. It feels like you accidentally suddenly start playing some big bass fishing, except you're big. So Big's big bass fishing. Like, it's not the same. It's not good. Kind of the same issue with Amy. I do prefer Amy over Big, but at least mostly because her story's shorter. But I think her gameplay's a little better too, honestly, because it's at least still platforming, you know? Like, Big's gameplay is a complete genre shift. It's not even categorically the same. So that's my issue with it. Which is not a problem with Amy. Amy's problem is just that it's inferior, but it's still the same idea. You don't actually have to roll there. I see breakable platforms and I roll, and Sonic will just barge through them with his head in this game. Like, he doesn't care. Also, look how shiny our boy Sonic is in this game. He's ridiculous looking. That is because this is the 360 version, and for whatever reason, in the order that I bought them, Sonic gets progressively shinier. So the mobile version, he's like this little, you know, Sega Saturn-ass polygonal mess. Not a great model, but, you know, it was an iPhone game in 2010. What do you expect? Then the Wii version, he is a nice-looking model. It's the same model as this, but it's a nice matte finish on the model. Then here they're like, let's make him needlessly glossy. And I'm like, Sega, you all right there? I still could have done both Sonic 4s in one stream. We're not going to, but we'll have to figure something else out to fill out the time in the stream. I could do episode Metal. Oh yeah, the DX and SA1 things are totally different. I think Dreamcast looks better than DX, and I don't think that's the normal opinion. Actually, no. I think it's become the normal opinion over time. Ah, you boys over here with your Seaside Denieds and your whatever the Grand Metropolis one was, because I don't remember. Oh, so good. I miss Sonic Paradox. I mean, they're back again. They're doing cool stuff again. But, like, man, I miss whenever, like, Sonic shorts were just a regular occurrence. It was great. I have friends, well, a friend who's not even into Sonic, but he still loves the Sonic shorts. He's the same guy who does my video intros, and used to make my thumbnails. He made the thumbnail templates for me. Not the guy who made my logo. That guy's Canadian, and I haven't talked to him in a little while. Well, that's not completely true. I talked to him like 2 weeks ago to update his credits on my channel, but it wasn't much of a conversation. I should hit him up sometime. But anyway, no, this level's really good. First of all, you can do this on these gears, and I just think it's funny. Second of all, yeah, it's Metropolis Mayhem. You're right. I like this part. It's cool. I don't want to take the top route. I don't care enough to go back. But, Slicers in this game will actually kill themselves if they, don't hit you with their claws. Or even if they do hit you with their claws. Once they use their claws, once they send them flying, they just kill themselves. And I'm like, yeah, do it. Because, like, if one enemy deserves to have that much of a mental health crisis, it's Slicers. I mean, I hate Slicers in Sonic 2. So, to see them end their lives here isn't so bad. But yeah, this level, it's very obviously modeled after Metropolis Zone in literally every way. I think it works. I think this is probably the level that does the best job of not just being the same as the other one. the gimmicks are basically the same as in Metropolis Zone, except this would be a spinning cog. Or no, this is a cog. It would be a spinning knot instead of a cog. But, come on, I want to use the invincibility. Thank you. This level is a lot easier if you use Supersonic as well. I mean, obviously the entire game would be, but this level in particular is a little easier. Even though the physics don't even remotely resemble classic Sonic, for some reason you can still use the jump at the top of a loop trick. It'll work. What level is this? This is Mad Gear. Mad Gear Zone. The final zone of Sonic 4, as it happens. This is actually a pretty difficult little section if you screw up the timing, which I did. We gotta go back. I died, didn't I? Oh no, there's a path down here. This is gonna be one of the few times where I very easily want to be Supersonic, because you guys saw that was a tricky little timed platforming puzzle section, right? Play as Supersonic. Wow, that was easy. Yeah, Supersonic is so broken in this game. I just wish he didn't replace the music. I know it's a Supersonic tradition, but like, I like this level's theme. I like this game's music. I don't want to just hear the Supersonic theme. We're gonna let these. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not a big fan of slicers. Oh shit, they're dead, and I love it. That's so good. It's good stuff. There are things about Sonic 4 I'm a big fan of. 71 lives. I didn't realize we got that many so far. Jeez. Speaking of Heroes stuff, I should probably mention when we're going to be doing the rest of Sonic Heroes. I don't know. I don't really want to. At this point, I'm doing it out of obligation. I wanted to do Team Sonic, and I wanted to do Team Dark. I don't really want to do the other two. Well, other three. I will, but I'm not sure when, because I'm not going to be doing the streams out of obligation. If I'm not having fun doing them, then there's no point. I look forward to doing these weekly Sonic streams because they're a great way for me to detox and just chill, you know? Because I live a very busy, hectic life. I'm just working and in school, and that's basically all I do. I mean, I play a lot of video games too, but hey, Angel, I've been great. How have you been? But yeah, since like I do these purely for fun, and I do want to finish Heroes, and I will want to do it again. So how it'll be is basically next time I'm in the mood to play Heroes, it'll be Chaotix. Next time I'm in the mood, and then after that we'll do Dark. I just don't know when it'll be. I'm thinking next month, probably. Until then, I just want to keep doing other just miscellaneous Sonic stuff. I think I have the most fun when I'm just bouncing between Sonic games and doing this like every week. It's like, oh, let's do a different random Sonic game. I'm leaning a little heavily towards doing Lost World 3DS next. I don't like that game, but that's why I want to do it. I don't think I've done a Sonic game I dislike yet. Like even Sonic R, which I made fun of the whole time. Oh yeah, that kills you, by the way, obviously, and it'll crush us, but it also stops whenever you stop, which is hilarious. In the mobile version, it didn't. In the mobile version, it would just crush you, but it's not super threatening whenever it does it like that. It's very funny. Yeah, I haven't decided when I'll do Heroes yet, but like, I do these streams because I want to have fun playing Sonic games, you know? And I want to do it while interacting with the community and talking to other Sonic fans, and it's a good time for all involved, I like to think. And if I'm not having fun playing Heroes, well, you guys aren't going to have fun watching Heroes. And even the bad Sonic games, you know, Lost World 3DS, it sucks. But it will be, oh, we're dead. It'll be entertaining to go through it because of how much it sucks, you know? Same thing will happen with Sonic 06 when it comes to it. Secret Rings even, a game I don't have fun playing. That's going to be a fun stream, because it'll be an entertaining, unique thing to do, because, like, I don't got my way to play Secret Rings. I played it the other day for about 5 minutes to gather some footage of it. Man, what a miserable experience that game is. So, like, I don't know. We'll get to Heroes. We're going to finish Heroes. I don't know or care when we do it. It's just not a priority right now for me. My priority on these streams is having fun and letting you guys have fun watching. So, it will be a thing. Also, just like in Sonic 2, if you hold the jump button, these propel you further, I think. But it's not nearly as pronounced as Sonic 2, so I just don't care, you know? It's like, they do repeat gimmicks from Sonic 2 all throughout this game. Not just Sonic 2, Sonic 1 as well. Everything's from Sonic 1 and 2. Very much like Pocket Adventure, except a little worse than Pocket Adventure because the game's not as fun to play. But yeah. And yeah, the spin dashing in this game is a little overly forgiving, I would say. It's funny stuff. I'm a big fan of this game, again, much more than most people are. But yeah, those controls are just so stiff and awkward and strange, honestly. Like, how'd they even make them so completely different? I swear Sonic Rush feels closer. Well, I haven't played Rush, but like Colors DS, which is, you know, my approximation of Rush. Also, I love, this thing really slows down, doesn't it? It's still chasing us. See, there are the sparks from it. But yeah, it slows down according to what you're doing. So when you're in a slow, careful puzzle section, oh, it's going to go nice and slow. We're running in a straight shot, it speeds up. It's great stuff. Worst Sonic game is Secret Rings for me. I hate Secret Rings. I like things about it, but I hate playing it. But, we'll get to Secret Rings. I will do Secret Rings on the channel. I absolutely promise. Not really in a rush to do it. Not in a rush to get to it. There are bad Sonic games I do want to do. Sonic 06 is going to be so much fun. I'm holding out. I'm not doing that without a little more of a substantial sub count. Not like a ridiculous one. I'm not going to be like, not until I have 10,000 subscribers. Not until I have 2.5 million subscribers. Nah, but I want to have like at least like 100, 150 subs before I hit 06. 06 can be my, and that's going to be one spaced way the hell out. We are not doing all of 06 in like one short burst. But, you know, I do want to do, all of 06, but it's going to be spread out. So, like, maybe 100 subs, I'll do Sonic Story of 06 to celebrate that milestone. That, I think, according to Social Blade, is, like, 8 months away, but, like, that's the last I checked, and it changes all the time. It's not going to be a constant. This boss is probably the hardest Eggman fight in the game, not counting the final boss. I don't know how I got cornered there. Not this phase, where it's just easier Metropolis Zone, but, the next part's pretty annoying at times. I enjoy it. I'm glad you're getting a lot out of them, Mason. Yeah, I love these Sonic streams. They're a lot of fun. They're a good way for me to just relax. And again, I like playing Sonic. I play a ton of Sonic, and it's a good way for me to chill after a stressful long week, which is pretty much any given week that I have. Like, I'm happy with my life, and I'm happy with everything I'm doing. But, like, you know, you gotta work hard if you want to have any kind of life progress. The more he's dead quickly. He didn't get to use some of his harder attacks, but he has these giant bouncing Eggman things, and they're like such a bitch to deal with. Like, dodging them is not like impossible. Like, you can definitely do it, but it's not super fun. I wish this game would get a re-release. That's the one thing about it. Sonic 4 Episode 1 and 2 only exist as downloads, and the thing with downloads is once they're gone, they're gone. Take Castlevania: The Adventure Rebirth. That's a great game. We're never going to see it again because it only exists on the Wii Shop channel, so you can no longer buy it unless you have Wii points on the shop channel, and in a month, that's going to be taken down completely, and then no one's ever going to play it again, unless you already have it, which I do. I love that game. It's going to be gone forever. That's tragic. I don't like that. But no, I'm glad you like the stream, Mason. They're a good time for all, I think. Eggman got really messed up considering he was fine a second ago. Gave us a nice little wave, though. This is Tails' only appearance in this game, by the way. He sends us a ride to space, and said ride to space is a rocket that is not otherwise used at all. But it does have the Tails logo, and I'm like, cool. I like the Tails logo. This fight, well, this boss rush, rather, it does have a very annoying achievement that I'm not going to bother going for. I didn't have it on 360 either, otherwise. I mean, achievements carry over, so I would still have it. But there's an achievement for not getting hit at all during this entire boss rush. It is doable. I've gotten very close. I've never gotten it, and I just don't care enough to try. I like Sonic Spin Dash animation because it looks really cheap and lazy. But no, we are at the end of this game, and I gotta say, it does end on a pretty lame note, because it's just more repeated content, which, as I've stated, is kind of one of my biggest issues with Sonic 4 Episode 1. That and the stiff controls that I kind of dig more than most people, but are still bad. He's never gonna get to show off his special attack, his like main ability, which is his screw attack. Hey, look, we're doing Sonic 4 stuff. Yay! By Sonic 4 stuff, I meant standing on the wall. It's just like what you do. I like the model of Earth in the background, though, or Sonic's planet, or Mobius, as the Archie fans would say. can't say I dislike the Archie comic or anything, and I love the old cartoons. Like, Sad AM is like just Bay. I love that show, man. It is so good. People still say Bay? I don't think people still say Bay, but I still say it. And man, that was such a good show. I love Sad AM. Yeah, all this boss rush is the pinch attacks. Basically, they usually do like one hit of their standard pattern, and then switch to their like desperation attacks. This fight just switched straight to the desperation attacks. I like how Eggman gets blown up and dirtied up every time. Then he goes and like cleans his shirt off real quick. That's funny stuff. I love it. This is the part that usually makes people lose runs of trying to get the untouchable achievement. For me, it's not here. It's the final phase of the final boss. But if you mash the homing attack by, like, say, rolling your thumb over the A and B buttons like I am, Sonic accelerates ludicrously fast. That was a hard-to-dodge attack. So was the spike ball that I just homing attacked through. Okay, Mason. Honestly, we should be done with the game in 4 minutes. I'm still going to try and drag the stream out for a couple minutes after that. Try and hit, like... The stream went on for, what, 15 minutes before it blacked out before? So in total, I want to do, like, hour and a half. So we'll make it work. Eggman doing his Naruto run. He's still faster than us, though. Like, to give him props. Good for Eggman, you know? Like, he should be proud, and I think he is, because he's a very egotistical man. I rather enjoy this final boss. Not so much this phase, because, you know, it's just Death Egg Robot. Like, completely untouched, but a lot easier. But as we'll see, he does get pretty difficult. I like this final boss a lot, though, because it's really hard, and I dig that. I like challenge in my Sonic games. I would like him to move. Okay, I would have liked to have rings for that, so that's good. Hey, Sin Mania. I think I said that right. It seems correct. You got Mania in your name. We're playing Sonic 4. It's like the next best thing, right? I do love me some Mania. Now I want to play Sonic Mania. I'm going to have to, because I need to grab footage of it for the review, because it gets mentioned when comparing Sonic Forces Classic Sonic to it in my Sonic Forces video. Assuming I leave that in the script, because I kind of want to alter it. I already recorded parts of it, and I don't want to get rid of what I already recorded, because I don't want to redo things, because work. Like, it takes time and energy then. I'd like to stop getting hit by Eggman, please. Nice. Good for me. I'm either, like, I'm super hit and miss when it comes to usernames. I'm either, like, right on, or I'm like, yeah, something completely different than Sid Mania. But yeah, I forget how many times you have to hit him before Phase 2 starts. He's just repeatedly doing this. That's okay. I mean, Mason Mania would just be... I don't know what that game would be. I mean, I'd probably play it, maybe, depending. If it played like Sonic Mania, I'd play it. But no, I'm doing a review of Sonic Forces right now, so... Like, working on the review. It should have been done about a week and a half ago, but, like, I get maybe a night a week to work on stuff like that, as opposed to, like, you know, the 80 hours it takes to make a review like that, like, to finalize a video with, like, 15 hours of editing. So, yeah, that's not even close to done, unfortunately. The script isn't even recorded yet. Half of it is. The face cam parts are. Man, making videos is such fun, but, man, it's so much work for anyone who... has ever done like a game review type video knows that like it takes a lot more than people seem to give credit for. I wouldn't want to play a game where you play as a Chow though. That would be really boring. You'd just be sitting in a garden all day and eating and having Sonic characters come touch you, and then you eventually die and get resurrected again and again until you're a Chaos Chow. And then you just sort of exist until someone overwrites the memory card. That wouldn't be a great game. It'd be a very boring game. I would never play a game where you play as a Chow. I would fall asleep immediately. Yeah, this boss fight is a huge difficulty spike, and I'm a big fan. This is great. Again, on console. Like, the first time playing this game was on mobile. Wasn't quite so much fun. Took quite a lot out of me to play it, on my old iPod Touch back in the day. Don't homing attack the hand. I know it's tempting because it has a reticle, but if you just bounce off of it, it will damage it a little bit quicker. And did we kill him yet? Not yet. Wait, yes we did. Okay. So this is the hardest part. We have to find where he's going to crash down, and we have to hit him now. Otherwise, we'll die. If you miss him, like if he goes on the other side of the room and he just gets you, Well, thanks for checking it out, Sinmania. Honestly, I've been using my 3DS capture card a lot. I just got it like a week ago or a week or two ago. Probably close to a month now. Wow. Man, it's fun to stream 3DS and DS games, isn't it? Don't worry, Mason, I'm kidding. I'm sure a Chow game would be a lot of fun. But no, I love streaming DS and 3DS stuff. You almost feel like a lot of people have the capture cards. I mean, you can get them on Amazon, for God's sake, now. Like, it's not that... Okay, let's see if I can get all the rings. Okay, well, we didn't get all the rings, which means we get the bad ending, because this is actually what determines good versus bad ending, is getting all the rings in the run sequence here, which is terrible, obviously. But anyway, I mean, I have a 2DS for streaming, but streaming 3DS stuff is so much fun. You almost feel like an elite part of, like, a club, because, like, you can do these games that others can't, because the barrier of entry is just a lot of money. But, I mean, I went the capture card route. Personally, I know other people use the, I skipped the credits because we're going to keep playing a little more, for like another 5 or 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I was going to say, some people use the capture card route. Oh, well, at least you managed to stay till the end of the game, Mason. We'll see you next time, dude. But yeah, I know some people do that. I went the capture card route, but yeah, it's with the, a hacked, new 3DS, right? Like with the whatever the software is. I heard that works really well. I do streams and like recordings, and I know the frame rate can get a little choppy with the things. Probably fine. Like I'm sure it wouldn't bother me, but like I was paranoid about it, so I just went with a capture card. We unlocked the final boss stage. I'm gonna pick a random level and play something random for a couple more minutes. I'll just do levels I couldn't do with Supersonic and just abuse Supersonic and break the game, because that's fun. But no, I love using I love streaming and recording 3DS stuff. It just feels cool. Mostly because like for a long time, because I use a new 2DS XL. I was gonna go with one of those for my capture card actually, but it's a capture modded standard model 2DS is a good $300, which is pricey, and I was okay with that. But if you go the new route, like a new 3DS or a new 2DS, it's like $500. And I was super tempted, but I'm like, at the time I had like 40 subs, or I had like 40 subs whenever I did that, and like now I have 50, which is cool, but like, you know, I love having nice stuff. I'm using like a pretty expensive audio setup. It doesn't sound that way because streaming means that I have to pretty much use my mic at like its worst quality. But like this is a really nice mic. I mean, not like an amazing one, but it's an SM57 with a what was it? A81WS windscreen, which is like a $30 windscreen on a $100 mic with a $20 shock mount. Like it's a pricey setup. I forgot to use Supersonic. There we go. Like I love using like expensive stuff. It feels good even if it's just for me. You know what I mean? Like using that good pricey equipment makes you feel good while you do whatever you're doing, even if it's just for yourself. Like it's a fun feeling. I want to do Smash like with viewers eventually. How well does that work out for you? Like in terms of like getting people involved, because that's what I want to eventually do when I have enough subs. It'll be with Ultimate most likely, maybe 3DS. I have the 3DS version. I was using it to test footage when I was setting up my capture card. I love Smash 3DS, but man, how did I play it so much when it launched? Because that thing just, it could be because of A, I'm playing on a 2DS, which is already uncomfortable, and B, the capture unit like is jutting out of the back, so I have to like hold it at an awkward angle. But that game hurts my hands to play. I'm awful at Smash, but man, I love it so much. Like that's something I cannot wait to do. Smash Ultimate's gonna be a blast. Like, in terms of games I can't wait for this year, that wasn't even one of them, but anytime a Smash game's coming out, right around, like, a month or so before launch, I'm like, alright, so, there's my newest game for, all of my social events, and it's always a good time. Especially because Smash is, like, one of the only games I've played where it creates social events. people I don't talk to, like, barely at all will come and play Smash Brothers if I'm like, oh, we're having a party and there's Smash involved. It's like, yeah, everyone's there. It's great. Ah. Test streams tend to go well with getting people involved, yeah. Now, at some point, I want to do, like, Ultimate, I want to have, like, just a casual playing with viewers thing eventually. My only issue with that is, like, I wanted to do it near launch, but realistically, there's no way I'm going to have enough active subs for that to be reasonable. How does SA2 break your old TV? How's that work? I use multiple TVs now because I used to stream on my Elgato. I mean, I'm using an Elgato right now because it's Xbox One, but, you know, I have an HD60S, which I used because I could then watch stuff while I was streaming in sync on my second monitor, and I was like, that'll be great. And it was, except for the fact that while streaming, everything's great except my Elgato occasionally desyncs by about half a second, which is fine. It means that, you know, audio is a little bit desynced on the stream, but it corrects itself. But when you're trying to play with it and everything you're trying to do is a half second off, it's a little bit unplayable. So I had to I had a spare TV, fortunately, just sitting around at my place. So I bought a nice monitor stand for it and have it mounted. Well, not mounted, but it sits on a shelf right above where I play when I'm streaming. So it's super convenient. And then I just have an HDMI switch that swaps the output from my Elgato between different televisions. It's actually an awesome setup, and I'm very pleased with it, but kind of funny. I do love my HD60S. It is a great unit. Ah. See, my consoles are like, no, I don't have any consoles like directly near either TV. Because I have like a custom-built entertainment center I got as a gift from my grandfather, who's very, very crafty with wood and woodworking. So he built me, like, he measured out like the width of my longest console, which are like the Xboxes whenever they're horizontal. So it's like the perfect size to hold consoles, and I love that thing. I love my entertainment center. It's getting a little bit crowded with consoles, granted, like it's overflowing because I got really into collecting systems, which is fun for me, but not so fun for my shelf. Yeah, I will say, like, it's starting to get crowded, but because of that, my TV has its own isolated cubicle. Like, I have a 32-inch TV, which is the perfect size for the size of my recording space. And I use, like, a 24-inch TV for my stream TV. I love having, like, all this stuff. Like, is it actually worth me having, considering, like, I put a lot of time and money into this whole YouTubing gig and all? So I've had people ask me, like, casual, like, does it really feel worth it, like what I spend and do? And I'm like, yeah, because like every single time someone watches anything I do and they're like, good job, I'm like, yeah, and then I'm happy for like a month. Like, I don't care. It's great. Like, every little bit of positivity feels so good. Plus, I just like having nice shit. Hey man, that's how I started too. My earliest stuff, back in the day, I didn't have a PC that could run a capture card. So I had a crappy little $300 laptop, a Turtle Beach headset, and a an old AverMedia. I still have the old capture card. I'll hold on to it forever. It's precious to me. An old AverMedia Game Capture HD, which did not connect to a computer. You plugged in a hard drive, an external drive to it, and one with a really high write speed, or else you were screwed. And I recorded that way, and it was an external drive, and I would record all my audio in Audacity on this horrible little laptop. I was like functionally worthless. Couldn't even run Morrowind, but it's what I did everything on. Now I have, like, I don't have a great laptop or anything right now. It can run Elgato, but that runs from my desktop because, you know, with time, you know, I was able to build up a setup. Because I started doing this YouTubing business. God, I was a kid, you know? Like, I mean, I wasn't that young, I guess, because I'd say I was like 15. I'm 21 now, which is ridiculous to think that I've been doing various stages of YouTube for that long. Like, I'm very fond of this platform and making content, and I know all the hatred and understand the hatred because I've been dealing with small channel troubles forever. Like, I remember whenever I got a Blue Snowball, that was my first real mic, and that was, like, the biggest deal to me. And now I don't even know where that is. I loaned that thing to a friend. It was tricked out. It had, like, a really nice shock mount and stuff for it. But, I still own it, I guess. But, then I got an AT2020 USB Plus microphone, which is a great mic, and then I was like, I want to go XLR, so I have expandability, and I want to go to dynamic mics because I like the audio better. So now I'm using this SM57 through a Focusrite 2i2, which, to be fair, I got the 2i2 for dirt cheap. I got it for like $60 on Facebook Marketplace, and at first we thought it had issues, but it doesn't for some reason for me. Anyone else who uses it has horrible issues with it, but I am like golden with it. I remember whenever like I first started, all my stuff was like so crappy, and it's like I built up all this stuff just over such a long period of time that now I have like, realistically, if I wanted to just be like, if I suddenly had like 500,000 subscribers and I was like doing this as a job, I wouldn't really need to replace anything, you know? Like everything I have would be fine, which is crazy. I mean, I would still upgrade everything because I could, but like I wouldn't really need to. I have enough to have like a professional setup. It's just that I have no need for a professional setup. It's purely because there's like a certain satisfaction in owning this stuff. Streaming at 360p sucks. I mean, my first capture card couldn't stream even. I remember the first time I ever did a stream was on it was Mega Man 2, I think. I think I streamed that at 720p with my original Elgato game capture. See, the thing about streaming used to be that I couldn't do it from my computer because my computer is off to the side. That's why I have like a second TV for streaming, so I can be at my PC while I stream. Because otherwise, when I'm gaming, I have a different TV that's not far. It's like the entertainment center my TV is in is what this TV is on top of. They are within like 2 feet of each other, but they're at completely different angles. So there's no way I could play on that thing comfortably. So I couldn't check chat at all during that stream, but that's okay because I don't think it got any chat. Like honestly, this channel was stagnant at like 23 subs for years and years until I started doing Sonic content. The meteors are cool, I think. If it's the mic I'm thinking of. Samsung's been coming out pretty strong on the budget mic lines lately. Like, I'm really pleased with what they're doing. Back whenever I first was, like, getting started, when I was, you know, 15, 16, you know, the audio choices, because I think when I got started properly, I know Sonic Lost World was still recent. So 2013, jeez. That's weird. Anyway, so I would have been like a freshman or a sophomore in high school. Yeah, that's so odd. Because LyingTuna was always my channel, but it wasn't like my main like channel that I uploaded to. That was a different channel. It was a group Let's Play channel that I did some solo stuff on as well. That's where I learned how to edit. And then I started doing stuff on here, and then I got really, really fond of this channel and ran it as my main. And didn't really do anything with it because no one watched my stuff, and I was like, this is so much fun. It's not that I want to be a Sonic YouTuber, it's that the Sonic stuff gets me an audience. I actually have the express desire to never be just a Sonic YouTuber. Like, at any point. If I ever got to the point where I was only a Sonic YouTuber, I would just stop doing Sonic stuff for a while. Because I do like other stuff than Sonic. It's just that Sonic stuff gets me views, and it's my favorite franchise, so it works. But typically when I'm doing other stuff, when I'm doing Mega Man content, Nintendo content, it gets views still. Not as much as the Sonic stuff does, granted, but close enough that I'm comfortable with it. It's always an interesting thing, like trying to avoid getting like locked into a corner, because I feel like if I went really hard on the Sonic stuff and kept pushing and marketing myself, I could potentially do pretty well. But if you just focus on one thing and then you decide, okay, I'm doing nothing but Sonic, now it's time for me to do a video on Skyrim, because I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan. Oblivion's like my second favorite game of all time. Oblivion ranks higher on my favorite games than any Sonic game. My favorite Sonic game is Sonic Adventure, and that would be my third favorite game. It doesn't make the top 2. It's close. It's up there. But just being my favorite series does not mean it's my favorite game. You know what I mean? So if I was ever like, I'm going to do a video on Elder Scrolls, and all I ever do is Sonic stuff, well, no one's going to watch the Elder Scrolls. I'll just get complaints about Sonic. And that's something I always want to avoid. Knuckles channel, devasing. No, I don't know who those people are. I haven't been keeping up on the Sonic community lately, honestly. Last I checked, the big up-and-coming Sonic YouTuber was Radical Soda, and he has since become a pretty big Sonic YouTuber, and hasn't really done much lately, but I'm still super fond of his work, so... Yeah, honestly, I miss seeing... Again, I kind of miss being, like, super into, like, the Sonic community, but, like, the older I get, the more varied my, taste in, like, what games I'm watching on YouTube get. I used to watch nothing but Sonic. You know, it was all about Some Call Me Johnny, who I still watch religiously, but also he doesn't just do Sonic. He did a very good job of avoiding the Sonic YouTuber thing while still being a major facet of that community. Like, ideally, that's what I'd want to be. I would love to be recognized in the Sonic community as, like, a good commentary on the franchise. But I don't want to be, like, I don't want that to be my end-all, be-all, and I think that's something that anyone should avoid. Like, any aspiring content creator should be, like, afraid of that, you know? But I'm not familiar with those YouTubers. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I've seen stuff from them. It seems like Sonic content isn't as prevalent as it was. Like, when Sonic Mania came out, there was a ton of it, obviously. But, like... And I know, I forget the guy's name, like his username. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, like in terms of like slightly smaller but still pretty big YouTubers, but I cannot remember his name. Who does the guy who does Rebreak or Remake is doing Sonic videos, and I'm like, yes, do them, please. Or is it Geek Critique that's doing Sonic videos? One of them is. I don't know. I get them confused. Whichever one it is, I'm very, very excited about it because I just love me some like long, in-depth Sonic reviews. They're very fun. It's something I couldn't do. I don't like making videos more than like 13 to 15 minutes long. At that point, I get bored of making them because I'm putting so much time into editing them that where's the fun, you know? If you are interested in doing more videos, though, Singmania, you should, really be, if you're using, like, a cheaper laptop, I would definitely make that your next upgrade. Like, I know you said you want to, but, like, really, really look into, first of all, wait till student deals hit around. Wait until that. That's the best time to get a laptop. You won't get the crazy, crazy discounts because, like, you know, I get stuff for really cheap because I'm in college. But that's your best bet. But honestly, like, I do agree. Doing stuff in a consistent style is honestly the most important thing. It's something that I personally kind of, almost struggled with. Where I had to, like, decide, am I going to delete all of my old videos because they don't fit the current style that I do? And the answer was ultimately, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then I did, because the videos just weren't the same, and I liked my stuff to be all the same. Not, like, on the same topics, because that would be boring, but, like, you know, LyingTuna needs to have a universal style, for example. That's something that I think everyone should be, like, very wary of. I think being a Sonic YouTuber is a very fun thing, because it's a very, very lively community, and no matter what, people are going to watch your stuff. If you're talking about Sonic, it'll be seen. It's just a matter of what kind of stuff you're doing, and who ends up seeing your content. The Sonic community is one of the best and one of the worst at the same time. Like, I am blessed with a very nice subscriber base who loves the Sonic series and is positive about it, as opposed to the ones who are incredibly negative about it, which is a lot of Sonic fans. Not negative in the sense that they're like, every Sonic game is bad, all these Sonic games are dumb. Oh no, for sure. So many Sonic games are awful. Like, an uncomfortable number of the series. But, like, I can say that without getting reprimanded, which is something that sucks. I'm glad you're getting a new laptop. Yeah, Because honestly, streaming and editing and stuff, so it seems like you're doing more streaming stuff, but if you end up doing, like, if you are doing videos, editing on a crappy laptop takes an eternity. Editing on a nice computer isn't as bad. Nothing will ever beat, like, a good multi-monitor setup for editing or streaming, honestly. Like, I don't know how I dealt with life before I had a desk and monitors, because I used to have my desktop run through my, so I've had the same desktop since high school. I built it in high school, and I've just been tweaking it since then. I've probably had it for, like, 5-6 years now. No, not that long. 4 or 5 years. No, about 5, yeah. But, it's been tweaked and altered. Like, it's barely the same computer. The only things that are the same in it, well, the graphics card got upgraded a bunch of times, and multiple SSDs have been installed over time, so, like, it goes a lot faster because it boots at, like, a reasonable rate now. Because once you go SSD, you can't go back, honestly. Like, it's agony. But, like, I hate editing on a crappy computer. I remember I used to do that. And I hated editing on a desktop, so then I switched to editing on my laptop. It was like it's like a $700 laptop, but, and it can edit, and I can edit comfortably on it, but it's just not quite fast enough for me to be happy. And then there's this, which is just my PC with multiple monitors, and I'm like, I'm in heaven. But yeah. Lucky you being able to make vids constantly. I swear, consistent uploading is the hardest thing. That's why I do the streams, honestly. That's the main thing. It's content. I can make sure the channel has a healthy supply of content without having to edit. And that is such a blessing for me because I don't have time to make videos, and I miss it so much. Not so much like Let's Plays, because I'm not a Let's Player per se. I have a Let's Play channel that's inactive at the moment with like 15 subs, so I'm not worried about it. Right now, I'm focusing on growing this channel, then growing that channel consequently. But like, I remember back when I was younger, I had marching band and stuff when I was in high school and a job, so I wasn't like flooded with time, but like I could easily be like, I'm gonna edit tonight, and then edit for like 8 hours, and be like, I'm gonna edit again tomorrow. And then I put out all these Let's Plays, and it was so much fun. Like, I miss that so much. Keep at it, though. Consistency is your main thing, and it sounds like you are pretty consistent with your channel, so good for you, dude. Like, I am jealous of that. That is a trait I admire in every YouTuber who makes it work. Like, big or small, any YouTuber who tries to have a consistent and real schedule knows the struggle. I'm supposed to be uploading once a month for my videos. I don't have time to upload once a month. I don't even have time to upload once every 2 or 3 months. It's like, if I can get a video out that I put maybe 80 hours of work into, if I can get that thing out in 2 months, I'm golden, just because I don't have time to work on stuff, and it's like, ugh, I want to. All I want to do is make these videos and make them really good, but like, I don't have time to do it. Sonic YouTuber drama. I remember those days of seeing that happen. That's another reason I don't want to be too involved in the like heart of the community, because like, why do there have to be drama? You know, like I just want to play Sonic games and talk to Sonic fans. And if other Sonic creators reach out to me and I like their content, and I like their style, and it's compatible, and I have time, and I want to collab, I'll be like, hey, let's do it. But like, I think that's part of it, is people going really gung-ho on collaborating, when realistically, people should probably just focus on doing their thing. Collabing when it's relevant, but it is cool that the Sonic YouTube base is sort of regrowing again. It was kind of dwindling for a while. But yeah, it's with any fan base as like 50-50 as the Sonic fan base, where like I said, I love half of it and I hate the other half, you know? But like, being on that good side of this community is so much fun. You know, having people just be like, yeah, you know what you're talking about, and you really like the Sonic franchise, and that's great. That's a good time. But the people who take it, like, I think part of it is people taking things too seriously. And then there's just the drama. A lot of Sonic YouTubers are younger, which shouldn't matter, but occasionally it does, because it does lead to more like negative interaction. Whereas like when I'm talking to other YouTubers closer to my age range, all it is talking about how much it sucks to not have time to make videos. It's honestly like 2/3 of it. But that's why I'm jealous of people who get to go full time. It's not just because, oh, they're making money on YouTube. It's like, man, it'd be great if I had time to do that. It seems like it's a curse of being like a small time YouTuber. 'Cause I can't justify taking time out of, like, too much time out of my day on something that is like objectively bad for my finances, you know? You should do Sonic content if that's what you want to do, and you're having fun doing it. Just go for it. Like, why not? Have fun. Do what's entertaining. I just don't get getting involved in drama from any sort of community, honestly. And that's something that just the Sonic fan base is rife with for no reason. It is something that does irk me. Negativity and drama and fights. And it depends on who it is, because there's like different ages. Like, you have the people who are like furry, or who do OCs, or get really invested in the lore. All of which are great things, and they're important parts of the fandom, and I absolutely respect them, even if that's not... I mean, I'm overly familiar with the plots and narratives, but, like, I don't take them seriously. I like to poke fun. Controversial Sonic Mania video. Ooh. That's one way to do it, for sure. If controversial is anything other than singing the game's high praises, yeah, it usually doesn't go well. That's another thing, like, people in this fan base are so elitist about the game sometimes. Anyone who's like, the Dark Age of Sonic isn't real, yeah, chances are they're too young to remember playing Sonic. Like, I remember being a kid. I was in, like, late elementary school into middle school and early high school when the Sonic series went downhill and then came right back up again. And, it was a rough time, let me tell you, for being a Sonic fan, because, like, Sonic 06, no, it's awful. It is a bad game. Shadow the Hedgehog is nearly unplayable. Secret Rings, I don't even know how they thought that was okay to release. And, there are fans who are like, don't you dare insult the Sonic series, and I get it, okay? Most of the Sonic games are good. That's why I like the Sonic games. But there's, like, a certain level of, like, I mean, I'm pretty fanboyish for this series. I get excited over every little Sonic thing. I haven't played every single Sonic game, but there are very few I haven't. Like, when I say I haven't played every single one, I'm talking I haven't played Waku Waku Sonic Patrol Car. You know what I mean? Like, I have played almost every major installment. The only ones I haven't played that are of note are the Rush games. And it's not because I don't want to, it's just that I haven't gotten around to it yet. I think the series deserves respect, but, like, there are so many bad Sonic games, and people don't seem to acknowledge that. Or, worse, anything after 1994 is bad, which used to be the thing. Now it's anything after Sonic Adventure 2 is bad, or anything other than Sonic Heroes is bad. It's like, no, the series is hit and miss, Sam. Sonic is a lot of hit and miss. When it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it's horrible. There are mediocre Sonic games. Forces, spoiler for the review, smack dab in the middle. On the lower end of the middle, granted, but it's still in the middle. And it's only on the lower end of the middle because it's really boring. And I actually like a lot about Forces, but still not a great game. And you know, I remember when that game came out, it was either the worst thing ever or the best thing ever. No one would just say, you know, oh, the game's fine. You know, it's like people just ignored that. That's why I like people like Some Call Me Johnny. A, because he's one of the greatest YouTubers of all time and absolutely inspires me. He's probably the #1 inspirational content creator for me. Like, I adore his work, and he, as a person, seems super dope. I'd love to eventually talk to that man. I'm sure I will, like, at a convention or something eventually. But anyway, like, yeah, I really want to play the Rush games. I have played Sonic Colors DS, which I'm a big fan of. I think Colors DS is great. So, I am familiar with the gameplay, and obviously Sonic 4, which controls very similarly, but without the boost, so it doesn't work. But yeah, there's like a weird line with the Sonic fan base that, like, I never quite understood. It almost makes me hesitant to call myself, like, a Sonic fan. I'm a fan of Sonic. I adore this series and everything it does, but, like, not everything it does. But, like, you know, I have behind my monitors, the backdrop of my videos, when I'm doing face cam, is a Sonic Forces poster, a Sonic Mania poster, and a map of Skyrim, because it is I got the Sonic posters at E3, so I'm a little biased towards those Sonic posters. It's not so much for the games. Well, Mania, I would keep the poster up. Forces, I want to keep the poster up. I might move it eventually to somewhere else so it is in the backdrop. I want to get like a Mega Man poster and have like my favorite franchises covered, my 3 babies. But the only thing I'm biased towards these posters because I got them at E3, which was amazing because E3 was such a trippy experience, man. It was so good. But like the thing with Colors DS is super good. I do prefer the Wii version personally because I prefer good 3D Sonic over 2D Sonic. It's just that there's a lot more good 2D Sonic than 3D Sonic because most of the time 2D Sonic is good and very infrequently, not infrequently, but like less often is 3D good. Like it definitely has a higher failure rate. I still think like, you know, I'll play the adventure games any day. I like Heroes a great deal. Unleashed is good when it works. And again, I think Colors is a lot of fun. Please slow down, thank you. I love how that thing stops whenever you stop because, oh, well, now I'm dead. But, no, it's like, I don't know. I forget what I was talking about. I think it involved Sonic somehow. I think the general point I'm trying to make is that in the grand scheme of the series, like, oh yeah, 2D versus 3D. The 3D games are pretty definitively the inferior batch, but like, you know, I'll still play Generations any day. I love that game. Is it my favorite Sonic game? No. Is it the best 3D Sonic game, just speaking objectively? Many times over, yes. I think it's great. I love Unleashed as well. Again, like, growing up and being, like, a Sonic fan, like, I'm 21. My childhood Sonic game, my first one was SADX on GameCube. Then I got Mega Collection and got it super into the Genesis games, and I was always a big fan of classic gaming, you know, as a kid. I was like, if it's retro, it's the best. So the classic Sonic games being 2D platformers from the 16-bit gen and being good were great. I was a big fan. I also loved the Game Gear games as a kid. I have a Game Gear. I only have Sonic 2 on it, and I don't like playing it on the Game Gear because it's unplayably bad, but it's still a good game. But, like, for me, that was my childhood. I grew up on the adventure games and the Genesis games. Which seems pretty average, yes, but like, as a frame of reference, the adventure games weren't classics when I was a kid. Everyone played them. Adventure 2 was like a staple. If you had a GameCube, you had Adventure 2. That was just one of the good GameCube games, and Dreamcast games, but no one had a Dreamcast. It was a little bit before my time by about a year or two. But, you know, Sonic Heroes coming out, everyone had Heroes, and, then Shadow came out, and people got it, and no one liked it because it was bad. I still kind of tried to like it, but, like, no, it turned me off to the Sonic series. I was like, this is garbage, and I don't like it. And then 06 was coming out, and I was like, I have a Wii because it was 2006, and I had gotten a Wii for Christmas. And I preferred my Wii because I knew it was going to get Mario and Smash, but I was like, I must get Sonic. And so I saved up my money, and I got an Xbox 360, and I was nauseated by it. I hated it. I grew to like 06 a lot more over time in a funny, bad game kind of way, and in a respect it for its triumphs kind of way, because there are a few. I think it's kind of being a dead horse. Everyone knows the level design's good, the graphics are nice, and the music's great. Everyone knows the good things about 06, but why do I keep dying here? That's weird. Like, for me, like, when I was growing up, those games were still new. I was getting them as they came out, so, you know, hitting the dark age of Sonic, hitting 06 and playing it, being aghast at it, like getting secret rings eventually and being horrified because it was horrible, which makes sense because it's a horrible game, so I had a horrified reaction. I'm dying a lot here. I'm gonna just exit the stage because I don't care enough. We're gonna play like 1 or 2 more levels and I'm gonna call it a stream. Going back and playing 06 in retrospect, it's like, this is just a glitchy Sonic adventure, it's not so bad. At the time, it was something else. Like, I don't think you can understand, like, in retrospect, just how atrocious the game was for its time. It had an impact because when it came out, it's still an unacceptably bad game. It's glitchy. Shadow's gameplay is poor. Silver's gameplay is poor. Sonic's controls are weird and the physics don't work. Like, it's not a good game. I know people have grown to like it, and I like things about it. But, like, only after I got good at it, and it wasn't fun to get good at that game. But then Unleashed came out. That's why that game was such a big deal. It was the first good Sonic game. I mean, the portable games were good, but I didn't play the portable Sonic games until much later. Like, I did not have any of the handheld Sonic games growing up. I had a Game Boy Advance and a DS. I played Nintendo stuff on there. I didn't play Sonic. I don't think I had any of the Sonic games until... I had, like, a Game Gear with Sonic 2 eventually, because I got it at a yard sale, but, like, that doesn't count. That wasn't current, and it's barely a portable. Like, for me, like, good Sonic games on the go didn't really happen until I got a 3DS, and I got Generations 3DS and Sonic Classic Collection in 2011. That was later. That was, like, 4 years later. So, like, growing up, for me, like, I didn't experience a lot of these games. I was aware of the Rush games. I played Advance 2 and liked it at a friend's house, and I eventually bought a copy. But, like, you know, for me, it was like Sonic was a console series, and I didn't get a good experience out of it for a while, and it was depressing. Like, yes, I loved Unleashed when it came out, kind of, but the Werehog infuriated me. I had both versions. I got the Wii version about 4 or 5 months after I got the 360 version. That game saved Sonic for me. I'm not kidding. Like, people say, like, 06 almost killed the series. They're not kidding. It really did. It was bad, and much worse than people seem to, like, give credit for these days. Like, older Sonic fans, older than me usually, like, I'm on the younger side. Again, I'm 21. I'm definitely on the younger side, but, you know, Sonic fans that were older than me obviously remember it pretty bitterly, because a lot of them bought consoles for it. So did I, but I also got to play Oblivion, and it introduced me to, well, that was the first time I played an M-rated game, was Oblivion, and that game's one of my favorites of all time to this day. I love Oblivion. Partially for its fault. I think that game's hilarious. But anyway, it introduced me to that. I got Assassin's Creed, which I don't care about the series at all now, but Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, especially 2, good stuff. Good games, especially Assassin's Creed 2. It's a great game. The Wii version I was pretty indifferent to. I liked it. I thought it was fine. But I was all about the 360 version. I still think it's a better game. I think the Wii version structurally more sound, but on a gameplay level it fails compared to the Prime version. It's just not as impressive. The visuals are nice and the controls are pretty tight, but like it's an inferior experience, I find personally. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. It's a pretty divisive thing to talk about, but I do prefer the HD version of Unleashed. But anyway, like, I think the Wii version's fine, but you know, that game, especially the HD version, reshaped my faith in Sonic, and they were like, Sonic 4 is going to come out. This game was a huge deal at the time because Sonic wasn't good. And the game came out, and it didn't help a lot of people's opinions, but it sure helped mine because I had fun playing a Sonic game. And that meant a lot to me at the time. How old was I at the time? Jeez. 7th grade, maybe? Made all the difference in the world to me at the time. And then Colors came out. I did not get Colors at launch. I was too hyped on this game and had to choose one, and I chose this game. And then I got Colors about 2 or 3 months later, pre-owned, and I was like, it's really good, because I love the Boost formula, and it was the Boost formula, and I was really happy with it. And I still love Colors to this day. It's such a fun game. It's not as good as I think it was back then, like in comparison, but man, it's fun. But then we got Generations, which, you know, 10 out of 10. Then we got Lost World, which I like a lot on console. The 3DS version can go die in a fire, but I'll get to that. I'm going to be streaming that on this channel very soon, possibly starting next week or the week after. Haven't decided which yet. But that is going to be a thing soon. The Wii U version, though, I love that game. I thought it was great, and I still think it's fun. I don't think it's amazing. It's not great, but it's good. You know, like, that's the thing with this game, though. This game and Unleashed and Colors and Generations, to a lesser extent, a little later, man, it saved the series for me and for so many others because it was bad. We're going to play one more level, and then the Casino Street boss, then I'm going to call it a stream, because that'll hit close enough to 2 hours, and, like, with the other part of the stream, because my internet went out, so this dipped into 2, so it'll have been, like, 2 streams, but still, it'll hit a little over 2 hours, so I'll be happy. Anyway, I think Lost World 3DS is, like, almost good at times. Like, I think the controls are, I mean, they're uncomfortably slippery, but, like, they're functional. They work for the platform until you have to do anything, and then they suck. And then you have to deal with the special stages, which I'm not doing on stream. Like, I'm not even going to show them off. I might enter one and show why I'm not doing it, but, like, the thing with the 3DS capture card is that, it is tethered by 2 cables to the PC. I have absolutely no wiggle room when using it. I cannot, by any means, do motion control special stages. I can barely, like, aim in Ocarina of Time without having a hard time. That's not true. Aiming works fine in Ocarina with it. I tried. But, so I'm either doing 3DS Ocarina or N64 copy of Ocarina, like the uncensored original version. Because I have both. I have a bunch of copies of Ocarina. I own so many copies of the game because I love it. But, like, you know, that's like the one thing with that game special stages, man. Like, you cannot play them if you're using a capture card. I already tried. It will just disconnect, and with how fragile that capture card is, I'm not messing around with that. I do not trust that thing to survive any kind of tomfoolery with heavy motion. Like, it will pull the USB port and it will break it. And then I could open it and solder it, but I don't like soldering, and I don't own a soldering iron. I'd have to borrow one from work, where I don't do any soldering, but like I can solder because I'm a tech student. I know how to solder. Computers are my area of study in college, but doesn't mean I want to. And then on top of all that, I'd have to deal with warranty being void by that, so that would suck. So instead, I'm just going to not do the special stages and be happy with that, because the special stages are garbage. Well, thanks, Inmania. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to put out as best content as I can. The best content that I can, rather. I put a lot of work and time into this channel. It's just like I don't have time to make it a consistent thing. Like, the Sonic streams are the first consistent stream of content this channel has had in a long time. It's been growing pretty quickly, actually, compared to previous growth periods. I'm hoping I'll eventually just get lucky with the algorithms, but I'm not completely sure that I will. Part of it's timing stuff, too, because, I mean, the streams do really well. The Sonic streams do. So I'm going to do a lot of these, like, just continuing to do them, because, again, I have a lot of fun with them, and they do well. These really expand the growth, but, like, I don't just want to do Sonic stuff, so it's like this delicate balance. Plus, Sonic fans are typically pretty young, so, like, I'm typically doing streams from where I'm at, starting at around 9:30. I keep overshooting that homing attack, dang it. Yep, good Sonic 4 physics. But yeah, growing a channel on YouTube's hard. That's why I don't do this for, like, any other reason than I enjoy streaming and making videos. The fact that I'm getting any kind of growth now is definitely nice and makes it a lot more rewarding. But, like, for me, it's just about sort of having fun with my favorite series. So, yeah. We're going to be doing one more stage, and I'm going to be calling it a stream. Because I am getting tired, and I know it's not late, but I'm a tired person. And then just Dr. Eggman's Party, which is a very fun boss. I'm not really open to collabs right now, but potentially in the future for sure. Right now, I'm just sort of trying my hardest to work it as a solo thing. If I ever, like, got offered by, like, someone, like, I idolize, like, obviously it would be an exception. But in general, I have some IRL friends I collab with because I can do convenient recording sessions with them because I have a multi-recording setup with, like, an interface that'll support up to, like, 2 mics, and, you know, that's great. But, yeah, in general, I'm not open to collabs at the moment, but it's definitely not a hard no. When I have more of a larger audience, I actually want to be doing collabs with smaller channels, specifically for streams. It's actually a plan of mine. If I ever do get a larger channel, like audience growth, like a couple thousand subs or whatever, it's something I'm going to be doing with channels I think are up and coming. It's something that I think would be a lot of fun to do. So potentially in the future. At the moment, no, but not a definitive, like, never. You know what I mean? I love doing that and getting, like, locked in that little triangle dive of death there. But that's gonna be it for this stream. This was a really fun one. I think it actually did a lot better than I was expecting it to in terms of view count, which doesn't really mean a whole lot to me at the moment, but like, I just didn't think it would have any kind of viewer turnout, but I think it did. But yeah, that's gonna be it for Sonic 4. I'm gonna do the outro once I get us back to the title screen, because I like being fancy like that. So that'll be in a moment. Also, this is the first stream I did. I just realized I forgot to mention it. This is the first time I did with my border on a widescreen stream, because like this would be full screen, and then I have my border. And then obviously if it was like a GameCube game, the border would be a lot thicker. But anyway, yeah, this was Sonic 4 Episode 1. It's a game I really like, and I will get to Episode 2, also including Episode Metal, because it takes 10 minutes, on the channel eventually, just not yet. I'm not sure when that'll happen, but it will. Until next Wednesday, I do the Sonic streams every Wednesday, obviously. I think anyone watching right now is subscribed, but on the off chance anyone isn't, you guys can always drop a subscription if you want to hear about things and content, or just hear my thoughts on random shit because I am bored. The link to my channel Discord is in the description below. It's a pretty fun community, tiny as it is. I have a lot of fun interacting with everyone on it, so I recommend checking that out if you have a Discord and you're interested. Leave a like on the stream if you enjoyed it, and that if you're watching the archive, you can comment on it. Otherwise, you're probably already doing so in the chat. I agree with you, Sinmania. I love Episode 2 as well. Not as much as Episode 1. Actually, I have a weird fondness for this because of what it represents to me, and because I think the level design's a little bit better, but Episode 2 is a lot of fun. It controls a lot better, and we will be getting to that probably early 2019. Until then, I'm LyingTuna. I will see you guys next time. I'm making unnecessary hand motions as if I'm on camera because I keep thinking that I am, but I don't have a webcam. Bye-bye.